The 2018 Farm Bill allowed all 50 states to build their own hemp laws, which has been a start and stop process over the years. With an increasing interest in industrial hemp production, producers look for guidance to navigate this new industry. Chris Moorman was granted Indiana's second hemp license in 2017. He joins us now to dispel some fiction and educate growers. Chris, we appreciate you being with us today. Bring us up to speed on the hemp industry's development over the past 6 years.
Well, thanks for having me, Tammy. The last 6 years have been pretty interesting in the hemp market. We saw the 2014 Farm Bill bring the ability for American farmers to grow hemp back for the first time since basically World War II. Hemp was a very popular crop to be grown during the World War II, as once the U.S. lost the Philippines, we really lost our ability to have the fiber hemp side taken care of, as well as for rope and canvas. So we had about a 60-year period where no one was growing, and 2014 started with a research license, and different states really took some different approaches to that. My own home state of Indiana really went with more of a traditional research piece on that, which to them kind of meant that Purdue was going to grow 5 acres and tell everybody what they found. Whereas our neighbors to the south in Kentucky, they really said, we're going to go ahead and let farmers see what this looks like. And they really put it out and said, okay, farmers, we want you to report what you grew, what you got paid for it, and call everybody at the University of Kentucky at the end of the year. So that was a pretty interesting approach that different states did. In 2018, we legalized for all 50 states, and that has been a true roller coaster. Unfortunately, as your viewers know, a lot of grain prices have been quite low for the last 3 to 4 years. A lot of people rushed into hemp with both feet, being promised quite a bit. And we saw some people really get hurt last year, and are probably going to see some people get hurt this year. Most important thing about hemp is know where you're going to sell it. This is not an easily marketed crop, which unfortunately a lot of growers found out the hard way last year.
Right, and I think that's part of it. Education is definitely key in this because, some of our viewers might not still be familiar with exactly how hemp is used and how it can be used in so many different products. So educate our viewers a little bit on that.
Yeah, so essentially there are 3 different uses for hemp at the moment. There is fiber hemp, which is grown much more akin to row crop farming, as you can see right now. There is also seed hemp or grain hemp, which is used primarily for pressing cooking oils and the like. And then there is cannabinoid hemp, which was really the hot topic last year. That's where your CBD or cannabidiol oils are coming from. And that's very much more a horticultural crop than it is a traditional row crop. So we saw a lot of row crop farmers struggle in the last 2 years, thinking that planting hemp was going to be very similar to that. Your viewers actually just saw a short picture of us planting this year's crop, which looks an awful lot more like planting watermelon than it does corn.
Exactly. Now, you'll be back the next 2 days. What can our viewers and listeners on SiriusXM, what will they be learning?
Yeah, so we want to kind of dispel some of the myths in this business. Having worked with farmers for the last 3 years in this business, we've seen a lot of people get promised the moon. I saw people get promised $100,000 an acre gross margin last year. That guy never showed up with a check. So we really don't want hemp to get a bad name. I think this industry is just in its infancy. And what we have definitely learned is that being a pioneer in an industry, you can do everything right and still have a rough winter. So we wanted to get farmers understanding the value chain and understanding where they might fit in if they are looking to diversify. I know we've had a nice little rally in corn and beans the last couple of weeks, but I know a lot of farmers in our area are really looking to diversify their farm income, and hemp might be an option, but right now the infrastructure has really not been put in place. And we just want to make sure that farmers have all the facts and are not listening to non-growers before they come in and jump in with both feet.
Right, that can be an expensive learning curve. That's managing partner of CBD Modular, Chris Moorman. We appreciate you joining us today. And be sure and tune in tomorrow at 1 Eastern as we revisit with Chris for a further look into the industrial hemp and CBD industry right here on Market Day Report.